So what we got here is the Deeper Bait Boat, Deeper Quest. Before this, I had the Angling Technics Micro Cat, and it just always struggled on bigger waters, France, that sort of thing. Recently it's starting to sink on me, so I've looked, there's a crack in the hull, and by the time I sent it to Angling Technics and had it all repaired, it was going to cost probably what I was going to get this for. So I just thought I'd treat myself to a new bait boat, and then from what I can see there's not a lot of reviews online, and if they are, they're seem rushed. They haven't really gone into detail about anything, so I'm going to try and fill the gaps. So start off, the bag is really good quality. Like, for one, you don't even get bags with bait boats. Not that I've found. Definitely didn't get one with the ND2, which James has got. Everyone's built an RT7, RT4 online, and again, you have to 150 quid to get a bag from Fox. For this, purposely built just for this boat, the quality of it is really good. Like, there's not like loads of loose threads everywhere, and they've done a really, nice custom job of it. They've done a really good job. The fact that when the boat's not in it, it's really light as well. One thing I'm impressed about is this feels like my Tempera mattress, which, like £5.5 grand, but the quality of this material is so nice. And I can imagine if you're carrying this for a good half an hour to your swim, you're not going to get a sweaty back. It feels like that cool technology that they've put into it. Really thought about everything. Everything's just nice. Again, like, they've got your extra straps here, so it's not hanging off your back. It's closer to your body, so it doesn't feel like it's really heavy. I think they've just made a really good job. The handle's nice, doesn't hurt if you're picking it up. You want to stop, get that with heavier bags, I suppose. This was one thing that obviously everything's just really well made. You think that would be flimsy and snap off, but it's not. What else can I say about the bag? Everything, they've just thought about everything. These are really strong. Like, I found that the Gorilla boxes on my Ridge Monkey stuff for the cookware, these are really, I'll do a close-up, but these are really flimsy, so after a while they start just popping off, and then you're trying to buy replacements because you lost them, and I've just give up with the Gorilla boxes now. And the zips are always a nightmare when you get to the corners, where the zips on this are really well made, really sturdy. Again, just fly around, no problem. So what we'll do is we'll attack the pockets first. So in this bag, this pocket, shall I say, is we've got waterproof bag, which again, really nice quality. It's just, I'm guessing this bag is not like waterproof, so that's why they give you a waterproof bag. But again, if you were to buy a bait boat, then you'd have to go and find a bag that then suited that bait boat, and it wouldn't actually be for a bait boat. It wouldn't have the cushions, it wouldn't have pockets for certain, things. It's just really nice thought out. And I've got an idea for this bag. I probably wouldn't use it when it was raining. I wouldn't put that on the outside, I don't think. But I'll show you what I was thinking with this bag anyway. So I'll stick that in there for now. Again, zips are just really nice to use. Again, these inside these pockets, I'll do a close-up, but they're just easy to wipe down. Maybe not on this side, but again, just if you've got, we all do it, don't we? Just throw shit in there at the end of the day. A hook there with, boilie on it. I think it'd just be very easy to clean up. And again, just say, like, for the for what you get in this bag, it feels very, very light compared to some of my fishing bags. Nice again with you put stuff in there. Yeah, just there's this here, you can't really see it. I'll do it on the camera. It's a little bit tight in there, but again, you can swap these zips over to the outside so you can easily get in there. Again, they do have an option for the remote to come with an attachment that attaches to your tablet. So again, they give you a tablet bag. Seems waterproof, nice, made out of the exact same material, so it's not a different colour. It's not like they've just bought something from China and tried adding it into the same thing. It's really nice. Again, you'd pay 20 quid for, you know, a tablet case. So I've got a Galaxy 10 Samsung tab. It does go in, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too big. So if you're thinking about taking a tablet with you, don't take this one because it doesn't fit in there, but I might get a smaller one just to take for fishing, I suppose. Maybe not a Samsung one. So yeah, that's nice, it goes in there, fits. So I think we've done all pockets. You probably get your batteries in this one. So we'll get to the meat now. I'll open it up this way so you can see. Let's get to the meat. Instructions on here. I'll give you a close up on the camera with that. Oh no, it's going to go on my food now. Okay, get rid of this for 1 second, we'll look at that in a sec. So again, inside this bag, it's all padded for the bait boat. I don't think that's anything. No, that's just ease of cleaning maybe. And they probably all pop out. I'll show you a close-up in here, but if at the end of a session and your bait boat's full of spod and shit and you just want to, it's throwing it down, you just want to throw your bait boat in the bag. My idea is, rather than having your bait boat go in here with this material that's the other side of the hard case, is you would simply get your waterproof bag out and then stick your bait boat in there like so. Goes on, goes in that way, and then you keep all your shit in this bag that can be easily stuck in the washing machine if your missus will allow it. But again, it seems quite good quality. I don't think it's going to deteriorate in the wash if you stuck it in a pillowcase or something. And although wash would easily wipe out in the sink, or but yeah, so a good thought anyway. Sits back up in the bag, goes back in here. Again, I can't describe how good this bag is. Again, this is padded, and if you're a retard, you can always read these instructions, and if you haven't got any common sense. So let's get rid of this bag for now. Without the bait boat in it, it doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't weigh anything. Might be worth weighing it to show you. Right, so this is the bag that comes underneath the boat. So the boat sits over like this. Again, nothing seems like an afterthought. And again, oh, this is not far off the material used on the Ridge Monkey gorilla boxes. So in here you've got your harness for your remote, you've got a case here, you've got, looks like a murderer's torture thing, and then you've got a couple of the bits, and that's it. So get rid of that case for now. Again, this seems like good quality. It does get stuck on the corner slightly there, but with a bit of persuasion, all zips up. This case first, again, hard case. Your remote's not going to get damaged. Looks like it's waterproof as well. If you don't want to put your remote in there, you can always put some of Danny Fairbrass's Corda glasses in it. From first look, this does feel and look a bit cheap. Like if you were to look at the joypad, it does feel a bit cheap. Maybe you can put one of them little Xbox covers on your joystick. But we'll get to that in a minute. So this is your handle for the remote. So again, this clicks on there. As you can see, you've got the thread for our bank sticks, and then you've got the thread for your tripod. So you could click that on there. This then slides off, and the good thing about this is you get a case with all the bits that you'd need to service your bait boat. So if I get this Allen key, so I'll use that one. If you want it to be anal, like me, stick that on there. You want your remote to be like this, and then you're going to want your tripod with this bit facing behind so it's in line. You've got to slide that off, and then forever leave this on here, and then you always know which way that's facing. So this can stay on your tripod, or your bank stick goes in the ground, and then it's a matter of just sliding that on there when you're ready to use your bait boat. So I've got a 24 Ultra, which is a fairly big phone, so this just slides on there like that. It's a, I think in the camera world it's called a shoehorn, or whatever it's called. So tighten that on there like that, and then you'd bring out your deeper wrap, and that simply just fits on there. I've not had to take my case off. It's not coming off. It's staying on, and then you simply control the boat while looking at your deeper wrap, and I think that's all right. This is the harness. So what I've found is when you're on this and you want to use these buttons here, you can't, because of the weight of the phone and stuff. You kind of, the remote wants to slip out your hand, but if you've got the harness on and the weight is taken off from going onto your neck. I know no one wants to wear this, but see, now the weight is on my neck, you can just, you don't want to drop it. You can fuck about with your bait boat. It's going to stay there, and then you've got access to these two buttons a lot easier. It's a shame they didn't put like the two buttons here on the remote instead of at the side there, but it's not a problem. So yeah, we'll take this off. We'll look at what else is in this case. So like I showed you, you got all your Allen keys, you got your hex fittings, I'm guessing, for your weed controls. You've got little, you've got little brushes to clean out your little bits on the boat. Again, if you wanted to clean your boat out before you put it in your bag to keep it clean, it gives you a little cloth here as well. You can throw that in the washing machine if your missus lets you, or your mum in some cases. You've got, which another thing I'm impressed about, is you get a 65 watt USB-C charger, which if you look online, these are, for a decent one, you're talking 15-16 quid for 65 watt. Which means, if I plug it in here, I'll show you. So this is going to supercharge your phone. So if it's doing that to your phone, it's charging your bait boat at a really, really good rate. So I can imagine in half an hour you'd easily have a good amount of battery to go and do a little session somewhere. So I'll stick that back in there. What else have we got? We've got the aerial extender, so I'll show you how this works in a bit. So let's stick that back in there. I like things being going. I'll leave it out actually, and I'll show you when it's on the boat. You've got a spare aerial, got your little spanners, you've got spare propellers. It's really, really nice. I'll leave that out as well and we'll look at that. I'll wrap this back up. Alright. Now the boat. So, the first looks, it feels like the cheap plastic that you got in a Peugeot 106, like back in the day. Obviously some of the kids won't know what I'm on about, but thank you.
Please get this out.
Yeah, it looks a bit cheap, but who would want a Peugeot 106 now? Me. I have messed about with these, putting the batteries in so it was ready for today, and I just think that they would have, how can I put it, if you're doing something with one hand, yeah, and you try and put these in and you don't put them in a bit at a time, they don't sit right, because it's like, if I screw that one all the way down and then I try and screw this one all the way down, it just doesn't work. It feels like you're misthreading it. It just sits proud, whereas if you get them in both at the same time, it just sits, it goes flush. Yeah, but apart from that, it's, you know, you're gonna want them sit flush, get the water out, keep the water out. So it's, yeah, it would have been nice if they were just, I don't know, but I'm not. That's, so far that's my only con, shall we say. So everything else, again, the boat is light for what it's capable of. Again, these are the little screws that you got with your kit. Don't know what you'd need to take them out for, but We'll come to that when it breaks. Again, it feels nice. I like how you can undo the hoppers from them two little switches, especially if you've not got your boat on, you're trying to savour the battery. It's nice just to be able to click them two prongs. You can put your line underneath, pull your lead through, and it's just a matter of just clicking that up and it's done. And the same with that side. It's, you know, it's in there. You've got your rear hopper here as well. You can't do that. I believe there's a little pin on this side, so you have to turn your remote on to get that one to drop down. Let's switch it on. So when we were setting up James's ND bait boat, oh my god, I think there was about 3 hours of pissing about trying to get the remote to connect to the boat, and the boat was just beeping away. I just wanted to leave, it was doing me head in. But this, as soon as you turn that remote on and you turn the boat on, it's connected. So your buttons, this is your lights off, or apparently stealth mode. So let's see if we can hear the difference. That's forward with the lights on. Oh, maybe it does then. So when you got your lights off, the motors you know, power themselves down slightly, so you're not making bow waves with the boat, and if you're just wanting to drop. It would have been nice if they kept the option with the lights on, but pressing B for stealth mode, so you can see where your boat is, especially at night. Because obviously some fish are spooky, some are not, but you still want to kind of see where your boat is. You want to know if, let's say, you haven't got your lights on, you're in stealth mode, and you do drop a hopper, does it tell you that you dropped a hopper? Nope. You just have to listen for that clunky click. I can imagine that's going to be quite annoying as well. If you're dropping them two at the same time, you get that click, like where they bang together. You could easily stick a couple of pieces of rubber underneath. There's no point having stealth mode and then them two doing that. That's a loud click, that, and that's a loud bang. Right. You know, I might be just talking shit, and obviously when it's in water, you don't hear that, because the water acts as a cushion. But we will be doing a test in the week. I'll put a video up when we've done that as well. So that's your stealth mode anyway. The buttons on the remote, so you've got left hopper, right hopper, and then this is your, if you just wanted to put your hook on it, if you're doing a live bait, or you're doing a PVA bag, or putting liquid in there, then this one's for you, which I think is good. You can put all 3 rods out if you need to. And then this button, B, is to, I'll show you now, is to drop all 3. Which, yeah, someone mentioned online saying they don't like the fact that they don't all drop at the same time, sorry. I don't see an issue. It's not going to make a difference at the end of the day. And you're not, at what situation you're going to be dropping all 3 baits? It's going to be rare. You're going to be wanting, you know, unless you're doing a big load. What else can I say about it? One thing I noticed is if we get this out and we get our, is the black Allen key longer? No, silver one is. So if you undo this, Because as soon as I seen it, I thought that'd be interesting. Again, just kitted out for every scenario, you know, with fishing anything can change and you think, oh. So this comes off. Again, I'm comparing it to the ND bait boat. You have to take this off just to change the batteries, which, oh, again, is annoying. That's one thing that the ND does do though, is it keeps the bolts in, or does it? I can't remember. But that's going to be annoying if you lose one of them, so be careful of that. But the ND, you don't have to take it off all the time. This comes out. So you've got one big hopper now, which, again, if you're doing them too, that's going to drop all your bait out in the one big spot. So that's nice. And when you do drop, it tells you the lights flash. So again, lights flash. And they flash at the back and at the front. So depending which way you're facing, you can always know that your actual hoppers have dropped. Again, they flash, which I think is really good, just especially if you're fishing out at 400 meters, which apparently this can do. Now, talking about 400 meters, let's show you. Let me just switch it off just in case that does anything. So this comes off. I find if you just roll it down and spin it this way, it's just easier just to take off rather than trying to get your fat fingers around this. So this is your extender, which we will need this in place. That goes on like that. We will Allen key. Let's put this back in because I'm not gonna need that off anytime soon. Because we need that in to then stick this in there, and this is easier to actually screw on as long as you don't misthread it. And then the area you've just took off goes on here, which again it doesn't, it's not an eyesore. I mean, you're not going to want it on all the time, but if you're doing, you know, if you are getting interruptions or interference and something, you know, if you're tackling the curvature of the earth, I think that'll definitely be handy, just raising the area up a little bit. But simple enough to fit and take back off. And again, I'd put this back on by having it down here, and then you've got it where you need it to be. Just tighten it there. There we go. And I like how it just, you don't have to take it off. Again, the ND bait boat is, I think you have to take it off every time. Same as the remote. Whereas this just folds down, done, up, done. These lights as well, this tells you, so as soon as it connects to the boat, it'll tell you that we're on green, fully charged. Got autopilot here on red because obviously I've not got the app up, I've not got the deeper app up. This is connection to the boat, so if the signal's good. And this is the battery for this remote. I'll show you the charger for this remote, which we will undo these first. We'll spin this around because I'll show you another con that is with this boat that I found is you can only charge the batteries up on this boat if they're in the boat. At the moment there isn't a dock that you can put these batteries into and then charge, because imagine every time you're about to go fishing, which your missus isn't going to be happy about anyway, because, well, they don't like us being happy, do they? So imagine sticking that on your dining room table to charge it. You're just going to piss her off even more. So, unless you've got a workshop like me or a garage, then you know it's going in the kitchen, isn't it? So, yeah, a bit. I'm sure Deeper will come up with something. They usually do. Again, your remote can go in there. You can be hypothetically charging your boat up, and that can get plugged into there. And then this is your lead for your remote, which I think is really good. You plug that into there, and then let's just switch this off in case it doesn't like it. This it literally is magnetic. Goes straight in, really clever. Done. So you're charging your bait boat up and your handset. So your handset can go either or, but remember when you're charging your bait boat, take these, well, you obviously have to take this one off. You also have to take this one off as well. On the batteries, again, another little good feature is you've got your 5 lights, so 20, 40, 60, 80, 100% charge. So you know what percentage you got in your batteries. I think it's also a good little feature that you don't have to connect to the app. Or I think overall, it's definitely worth the money. We'll do I know it's not in the same price range as an ND, but by the time you've bought a Ray Marine and a Deeper to go on the back, then you've more or less spent the same money as what this is done. And then obviously you have subscriptions to the ND thing to be able to get the GPS mode and blah blah, setting it up seems a bit complicated. This literally, you could buy it from the shop, charge the batteries up on you, charge the batteries up, and you could go to a lake, put your bait in it, turn everything on, and it just goes. There was no setting up, there was no trying to connect this to that. Yeah, literally just turn it on first time and it just connected straight away. And then you've got the Deeper app, which I'll go into when we take it on the water, but I already had a Deeper account, so it was just a matter of adding this to the account, which was simple enough. A couple of buttons and it was done. So overall, I'm really happy. I'm looking forward to putting it on the water. Interesting to find out what's faster, this or an ND. I haven't got anyone else to compare an RT7 to, so maybe a later feature we can all have a race. But again, weed guards is just, you know, included. James, before he got the ND, was it a big lake boat or something for a foreign country, I believe, and he got it and we took it out and it was caught up in the weeds within 20 minutes. And then we were on the verge of going to France and we had to order some weed guards before we even went. So it's just, yeah, you don't have, you literally, it's plug and play. It's buy it, go to the lake, done. There's no, and like I said, everything that you get with this boat is just really high quality. Again, this shows you what side this goes on: charger, remote, boat, batteries, and this one's just got batteries on it, so you know that side's for that. I'm guessing fisheye lens, the camera, which I will get at some point, is, you know, will be made to attach onto this. You've got some threads here. I don't actually know what for, but I'm guessing that's, you know, for attachments later on. But overall, I'm really impressed. Any questions, let me know and I'll try and get to them.